Speak up, rise up, find your voice today. Toastmaster will show you the way from shy hello to standing in the light. Watch your courage shine so bright. Oh yeah, confidence growing, haters unite, step into power. Secret mind, eloquent leads where your words take flight. Clap your hands, feel that spark inside. Eloquent leads where your words take flight. Speak up, rise up, find your voice today. Eloquent elites will show you the way.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I am Toastmaster Bhaskar Kalouni. It gives me immense joy to be the Sergeant at Arms on this momentous occasion when we are starting our new century. Today is not just another meeting, it is a milestone. Today is special because beside a level 5 speech, we have an education session on how to best play the vital auxiliary roles in our meetings. I am sharing here a few online meeting guidelines that we follow. These ensure a smooth meeting experience. All role players have renamed themselves as per club protocol. All Toastmasters not playing any role, please prefix TM to your name. All guests, please prefix your name with guest. Please take 10 seconds for this activity. This will help the Zoom Master spotlight you quickly. Please put on silent mode on your phones and all other noise-making devices. You may take 10 seconds for this activity. Please keep your microphones on mute and unmute only whenever you are invited to speak. Please keep your video cameras on. Speakers certainly feel nice to see people's faces and not black boxes. Please turn off video only when you have to step away or eat. Please note that this meeting is being recorded. Please stay back to network after the meeting. Great ideas, friendships, and collaborative ventures begin only at such moments. I am glad to share here the mission of our Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in self-confidence and personal growth. Toastmasters fosters leaders with values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence at core of our hearts. If Toastmasters is the gym where voices get stronger, the community and cooperative clubs are the stadiums that enables that workout. Companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Cisco, IBM, Infosys, TCS, Wipro, Apollo, Indelco, Deloitte, Accenture, Dell, Oracle, Bosch, SHBC, JP Morgan Chase, all these have in-house Toastmasters Club because they know this. Technical brilliance without expression is like a Ferrari without fuel. I am happy to introduce the fuel that keeps us roaring, the presiding officer of the day, our club president, distinguished Toastmaster Renosh Thomas. He lives in Dubai. He is a coach and a creative thinker and loves organizing programs for children and teens. He has been Toastmasters since 2019. He founded St. Paul Toastmaster Club, Bahrain, and held various positions as VPE, VPM, and President. He has telecom and IT industry experience in India and Middle East for more than 2 decades. We are proud to share that distinguished Toastmaster Renosh Thomas was chosen as one of the top 10 Indian directors by CEO Insight just last year. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Renosh Thamus. Thank you.
Thank you, Certain Terms Toastmaster Bhaskar, for that warm welcome and putting on stage to introduce each and every one of us for today's meeting. A big round of applause to you, Toastmaster Bhaskar. Thank you so much. Greetings to everyone present in this meeting, wherever you are joining in from, whichever part of the world. Welcome to our meeting. Let me first call meeting 102 to order. I would request our Vice President Education Toastmaster Girija to let us know if we are all good to go ahead with the agenda or any apologies.
All good to go. No apologies.
Fantastic.
All fine.
Fantastic. Can I have any of our members, one member to propose the adoption of the agenda and another member to second the adoption of the agenda?
I'm Toastmaster Mamatha and I'm the second to adopt the agenda.
You will
I
propose
propose the
first.
adoption.
Yes, I
Yeah.
propose to adopt the agenda.
So Toastmaster, thank you so much. Toastmaster Mamatha has proposed to adopt the agenda. Then we have someone to second.
I, Toastmaster Deepak Deshpande, propose the agenda be accepted. Seconded.
All right. Second. All right. So we have Toastmaster Dr. Deepak has seconded the adoption of the agenda. With that, now the agenda has been adopted. We move forward. I would like to take this moment quickly to welcome each and every one of you and our guests as well here. If you would like to talk to us, speak to us, know more about us, please, the guests, feel free to stay behind as well and collaborate with us once the meeting is adjourned. But I would love to see you on screen. And if our guest today could just introduce yourself, your name, where are you coming from? Are you a Toastmaster? From which club? And how did you get to know or connect with us? So I'm looking over here. I have Akshara. If you are able to hear us, yes. Please, could you introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. Myself Akshara Gangade, and I've recently joined the Bhopal Orators Toastmaster Club, and I'm really excited to begin with this journey. So yeah, thank you.
I thank you so much, Akshara. Welcome to our meeting and hope
Thank
you
you so much.
enjoy today's education session. It's a bit different from our normal meetings, but feel free to be there and enjoy.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bharat Dodia. If you could introduce yourself. Bharat, if you are able to hear me, kindly unmute and would love to hear where are you joining from. Okay, probably some technical issue there. Omeima. Can I have Omeima to introduce yourself? If you could unmute.
Good
Yes,
evening,
go
everyone.
ahead.
Umaima Aleem. I'm in cybersecurity. I'm a first year cybersecurity student studying in University of Greater Manchester. I'm born in UAE, but I'm originally from Pakistan. My parents are from Pakistan, and I am looking forward to this journey of becoming a better communicator with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Welcome to our meeting and hope you enjoy our meeting today. Thank you so much. I can see someone by the name of DTM2VH. I'm sure this is not AI, so I would love you to introduce yourself, please. DTM2, if you could unmute yourself and please would love to connect with you. If you could introduce yourself, please. I can see the emojis coming from his side, but we'll connect definitely. All right, I know this person, but I would love her to introduce herself. She had been in our meetings prior. I had
असले
attended her
अरे मैं
meetings as
मीटिंग में
well.
था पता है अभी अचानक से
Momita
वो
De,
ना
could
तभी वो
you
क्या हुआ
introduce yourself?
तभी मेरा कैमरा ऑन नहीं हुआ
Toastmaster Renosh. Yes, good evening. Once again from India. This is Mamatha De. I am a past Toastmaster.
Mamatha, can you just increase your volume? If you don't, we're not able to hear very clearly.
Am I audible now?
It's very low.
Am I audible now?
Very low. It's very
Am
low.
I audible now?
We can strain and hear it. Am I audible now? That's what you said, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good evening once again. This is Mamatha De. I'm sorry. I have to raise my volume so that I can be heard clearly. I'm a past Toastmaster from Ace Toastmasters Club, and now I'm the guest here, and I'm really enjoying. I have been attending meeting since 2021, I think, and I took a break now, and after 2 months, I am happy that I join a meeting as a guest, but still I'm very happy. I'm from India, and it was Toastmaster Renosh who first introduced me. And yes, today I got a invitation from Girija, Deshpande, and thank you so much for inviting me here. Would love to be a part of it. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mamatha De, Toastmaster, for coming to our meeting, and please do enjoy it as well. There's one more I can see, Aditya. If you could introduce yourself, Aditya, to us. Where are you joining from? Are you a Toastmaster? If yes, which Toastmasters club? Kindly, if you could unmute yourself and introduce, would be great.
There is Bharat Dodia also.
Bharat, I have asked, but
Okay.
probably there
It's Bharat
is
Dodia. Okay,
technical.
fine.
All right.
I
No
think
worries. I think we'll move forward. Any of you guests, please enjoy the meetings. I
Hello,
would love you all.
excuse me.
Yes, go ahead, Aditya.
Yeah, I joined for the public speaking class.
Okay. Where are you joining from, by the way?
From Mumbai.
From Mumbai. Are you a Toastmaster?
No.
All right. How did you get connected with us?
No, my mom asked me to improve my communication skills and stuff.
All right. All right. So, are you studying or you're
Yeah, I just
working?
finished my 10th board exams.
Okay. All right, Aditya. Uh, Connect with us. In fact, I want you to connect with Toastmaster Girija after the meeting. So, for
Sure, sir.
yourself, we have something which is known as the Gavels Club. I will explain that in a while as well. But welcome, Aditya, to our meeting and enjoy it as well. Good. If there's anyone else, we'll definitely connect with you. Stay behind after the meeting and we will definitely speak. This moment of time that I'm actually speaking to each one of you, it's a contest season. In the last 1 to 2 weeks, I have seen contests happening across the world. It could be the club contest, area contests happening, and in some places, even the division contests are happening. I happened to take one of the roles recently in a division contest, and prior to that, I have been as well in the other area contests and club contests. It is a preparation time. And I'm sure ladies out here, especially when you want to bake a cake, it's not something that you put in the microwave, or sorry, in the oven and it comes out within a minute. It doesn't happen. The, the shorter it is, or the more time it stays over there, it doesn't help. It's an actual quantity and timing that's so important when you cook a dish like that. And what I have noticed during the last couple of weeks is the contestants who come on stage, be it in person or virtually. Obviously, we see each other on a virtual stage, is the time that they have put into preparations. And all of those whom I have spoken to tell me that simple and common factor itself. Imagine if you are going to a gym. Would you become an Arnold Schwarzenegger within a day? No. If you go to a gym for 10 days, does it make you an Arnold Schwarzenegger as well? Well, eventually you see yourself transform. And that's what in life we as humans see. Now, whether it be you're a student like we heard a few minutes back, or if you're in a professional environment, or whether you are a homemaker, all that is important is the time you put into preparation. And it doesn't mean that the first time you do it, not necessarily always it turns out to be as you expect. But you keep doing it time and again. That's what they say. Practice makes perfect. Yeah, absolutely. I can see you all saying that actually behind screen. And that's what's so important in our life. The more that we attend meeting, the more that we do a specific thing, it helps you shape. And you yourself will be able to identify how to fine tune yourself. Are you becoming a better version of yourself daily? And that is how you fine tune your mind, how you are able to control your mind, regardless of whatever circumstances are. Obviously, there are people, there are tools and techniques to help improve. But the only person that can stop you from becoming a better version of yourself is you. And the only way that you can control yourself is by controlling your mind. And that is what happened to a person nearly 100 years ago, when many people around him was asking him, it will not help, it will not succeed. He gathered a few people in a YMCA hall only for the purpose of empowering them, helping them to become better communicators, speakers. And that person's vision is alive 100 years since. He's none other than the founder of Toastmasters International, Ralph C. Smedley. With over 260,000 members, 13,000 clubs, over 148 countries, Toastmasters International is a large non-profit organization, and Eloquent Elites is one among those Toastmasters International clubs. And you and I are members of this wonderful community. And with this platform, we are able to communicate and collaborate with each other. There are people joining in from different parts of the world. I'm here in the Middle East. I know Dr. Sumant is as well in the Middle East here, from India and elsewhere joining this platform. We are able to network and communicate with each other. Eloquent Elites was chartered in the year 2021. We are 5 years since then. And we have completed our 100 meetings a couple of weeks ago. In 2020, the then Rotary International President, Mark Melanie, and the then Toastmasters International President, distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Menon, they announced the Rotary Toastmasters collaboration. And that's when spurted the start of Eloquent Elites Toastmasters Club with its founder, Toastmaster Girija, who is here with us. And she had been a Rotarian as well as a Toastmaster. Kusuma Rao was the charter president. Eloquent Elites. The word elites, ELITES, is an acronym for empowering leaders of integrity through experience and service. But ladies and gentlemen, we didn't stop there. In 2 years, it's in June 2023, Toastmaster Girija founded the Eloquent Elites Gavels Club, which are for students up to the age of 17. And the same concept to help improve the public speaking, communication, and leadership skills. Before I move to introducing the Toastmaster of the day, I would like to take this moment to congratulate two people out here. A week ago, we had our area U2 contest. Just to let you know, some of the members who are new members, we had the club contest. After that, we have the area contest. And the first place winners of the area contest go to the division contest. So last week, we had the area contest, which was held in Mumbai. And let me announce we have winners. Table topic contest. We had the second place, Toastmaster Huzefa Nulwala here with us. Congratulations, Toastmaster Huzefa. You represented our club and won the second place in the area contest. Wonderful. Congratulations to you. And the third place of the table topic contest went to Toastmaster Girija Deshpande. We have got both participants and both of them won in the contest. So proud of both of you representing Eloquent Elites on the bigger stage. Congratulations. And it did not stop there. The other contest, which was the International Speech Contest, we had Toastmaster Girija Deshpande, who got the first place in the area contest, and she moves to the division contest. Obviously, these are all in-person contests as we move up the ladder of the contest. So big round of applause to both our participants representing us on the next level. So congratulations. Please give all the emojis, thumbs up and claps to our champions here today. And I'm sure this has been an experience, a journey, and I hope as a president, I would love to see all our budding members next year take the opportunity. We are here to help you, train you, coach you, and I want to see champions coming from Eloquent Elites Toastmasters Club. Go up the level. You have the club, the area, the division, the district. Then obviously after that, you go into the quarterfinals, semifinals, and then for the international speech, you go into the world championship level. Right? Rest all other contests, which is the evaluation, table topics, and humorous, stops at the district level. Sky is the limit. Nobody stops you. And we are here to help you. We're giving you the platform. Go for it. But members, also one more thing. So far, we have done only 2 contests. International speech and table topic. In the second half, Toastmaster Girija will definitely announce it and put it in our WhatsApp group. We will have the evaluation and humorous speech contest, which will come up in the next second half of the year. So please prepare yourself. Be ready. We will help you out for that. Okay. So let me now introduce the Toastmaster of the day. And for the guests, it is known as an Master of Ceremonies or MC. She serves currently as the Vice President Education of our club, counselor of the Eloquent Elites Gavels Club, a content writer, YouTuber, coach, founder, director of DG Consulting, an HR consultancy firm. She's our founder, Toastmaster Girija Deshpande. Give her a big round of applause and welcome her on stage as the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you.
You are on
Toastmaster
mute,
Girija, you
Girija.
need.
Yeah. Fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests, it gives me great pleasure to serve this club and to be your collaborator, colleague, friend, guide, philosopher, consultant, whatever you call it. Today, we start a series of education sessions with the theme Educate, Elevate, and Empower. Educate the mind, and you light a path where doubt once stood. Elevate your voice, and ordinary words begin to move worlds. Empower yourself, and hesitation turns to bold action. Together, this education, elevation, and empowerment, they don't just shape speakers, they shape leaders. Today, we start with education session on seemingly small roles that make significant change to the quality of our meetings and the quality of our communications overall in our personal and professional life. Imagine you say, kids make nutritious snacks. Kids make nutritious snacks. It's just like saying chips make nutritious snacks. Pause. Are the kids eating snacks? Or are kids themselves the snacks? We get shivers in today's world. All it needed is kids make nutritious snacks for themselves. Think of this usage. He killed her only for money. He killed her only for money. He only killed her for money. He killed her for money only. Only he killed her for money. That only changed, and you would have understood how the meaning changed in every sentence. Right? So, was the intention only money? Was the person only the person involved in a crime? Was there any other intention? So many questions each sentence throws because the only is placed in a different place. We need to nip this in the bud. Instead, people say, if we need to nip this in the bud, a small mistake, but it can make a huge difference. The but becomes but. So grammar isn't decoration. A misplaced word, a misplaced comma, or a missing comma, or a clumsy sentence can turn clarity into comedy, or confusion, or cost. And then comes a second culprit, the innocent looking fillers. You have heard them, you have used them, we all have. So, basically, I think like we should, maybe consider basically all those things, literally, absolutely. By the time the speaker reaches the point, the audience has already reached their patience limit. Fillers are like speed breakers on a highway of ideas. One or two may be harmless, but too many, and your message doesn't just slow down, it loses passengers. Listeners stop listening. The core idea fades behind a cloud of umzadas. I once timed a 1-minute talk that had 23 fillers. 23. That's not a speech. That's a hesitation marathon. And then, finally, let's talk about time. The most democratic resource we get. We all get it. And the one we disrespect the most. Meetings that start late. Speakers who just need 1 more minute. Evaluators who stretch beyond limits. It feels harmless, doesn't it? But multiply that across an organization. A 10-minute delay in a meeting of 10 people, that is 100 minutes lost. Stress it across weeks, months, departments, and suddenly we are not wasting minutes. We are wasting money. real money. Productivity leaks not through big failures, but through small indisciplines. In the corporate world, poor time management isn't just inefficiency, it's expensive. So, today, we are not just learning roles. We are not just learning roles. We are sharpening three invisible guardians of every effective meeting. The grammarian who protects clarity, the accounter who protects credibility, and the timer who protects respect for time, for people, and for purpose. These roles may seem small, as I said, but their impact is anything but small. Because in communication, it's often the little things that make the biggest difference. How to drive their importance in an interesting, crisp, and memorable format while we play these roles, distinguished Toastmaster Renosh Thomas will unravel for us shortly. Thank you, and over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Renosh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Day, Toastmaster Girija. Once again, welcoming each and every one of you to this education session. While it seems so easy, these roles are sometimes underestimated. And there are members who have taken it once and then they let it go. But what we all need to look at is the value that these three roles play in our day-to-day life. And I request this session, while I'll be doing a very simple and make it effective for each and every one of you, I want you to as well practice it as I am training you. This session is recorded. It will definitely be shared with our members in the group. You can definitely go back to this and see how this was being done. Simple techniques, but I want each and every one of you to evolve from there on. There are different tools available in the market, in the AI, and many other places that you can enhance the way that these three roles are being performed. This particular session right now, what I'm going to focus on is the R counter role and the timer role. The grammarian, if I'm not mistaken, let me just quickly look at it. Right. So I will focus on the grammarian and the timer role now. The R counter role, I will do it in the second half after the table topic session. I don't want to bore you up and make you feel loaded, but it's very important that we know how to do these roles.
Yeah, timer will start the time now. Timer will
Yes,
start
please
the
go
time.
ahead.
Yeah, and he will show the timing when it's appropriate. So you have 40 minutes for both the roles. So at 30 minutes, he will show green, 35 minutes yellow, and 40 minutes red. Sorry for that interruption.
That's good for me.
Thank
All
you.
right. Great. So we call this as the tag theme in any Toastmasters meeting. Tag, TAG. T stands for timer, A stands for R counter, and G stands for grammarian. I will share in the chat box the templates that I use. Right? So I'm giving you the resources that I have been using for these many years. It's my secret code, but obviously anyone can do it. But I'm giving it to you straight away so that in the meetings that you're going to attend in future, if you are taking any of these roles, these templates will be a benchmark or a base for you to start. Start with these templates, and then you can keep enhancing the reports that you're going to present in the meeting when you're called to do so. What I'll be sharing right now, let me get into the chat box, and I'll request all of you to please download this in your laptop, desktop, whichever devices you're using it, save it based on the role that we are going to get into. So first, I am going to talk about the grammarian role. In the chat box, you will find a script. Number one, the script for the grammarian. So initially, when the Toastmaster of the day calls the grammarian on stage to explain the role of a grammarian, that is the script that you will read. There are few who say it from their own, but I prefer use this template, read it, and say. It's very simple. This is directly from Toastmasters International website. This is a script for a grammarian. I will read through it. Don't worry. I want you to download it and keep it ready. That is number one. Number two, I will be sharing you an Excel. All right. I'll share you a template which is used whenever I have to prepare a grammarian report. It's an Excel file that should be coming on the chat box right now. Then the third one is how do you take that report and present it to the audience? So there you go. You should be getting a presentation slides, a PPT that you can use to present it to the audience. Last but not the least, when you're called to explain the grammarian role, you will also be required to present the word of the day and the idiom of the day. You can definitely say it. There is no problem. If you have written down in a piece of paper, you can say it. There is no harm in that. But I have shared you a presentation slide that you can use. It'll be nice and effective when you're on the Zoom platform or any online platform that you can use these templates. So let's begin. We will first take the introduction. So let's say you are called by the Toastmaster of the day to introduce the grammarian role. So let me share you my screen. You all can take the first file that I had shared, which talks about the role of the grammarian, and I am going to share you my screen right now. Here we go. So I hope, please do this in the back end while I'm explaining this to you. So it'll be easy as we prepare together. So this is the grammarian script and log. When you're called by the Toastmaster day, this is what you will say. You can say greetings, good evening, good morning. That's all up to you. Right? So here is a script which is easily presented by or prepared by Toastmasters International. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, you can say good morning, good afternoon, no problem. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. This is where I stop, right? But just for you to let you know, you need to introduce the word of the day, give some examples of how that word is being used in certain sentences. That is what it means over here. And then you encourage, you will say each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. And before you hand over the control to the Toastmaster of the day, you will say, I will give the grammarian report when called upon during the meeting and also report on the usage of the word of the day. Okay, this is what you will say after you present the word of the day and give an example. If you are attending an in-person meeting, take a print of this, because if you go down here, you have a table. You can fill up the details while you are there in the meeting in person. Today, I'm going to share you those tools and templates which we can use online, right? So this will not be used, but you make use of the script. So after you finish this, I have shared a template. It's a presentation, which is the word of the day. And in some club meetings, you also have an idiom of the day, a phrase. If you do not have that, you can hide that particular slide, no problem. But just for the sake, in case if you're having both, use this. So this is how, after you give a description of the grammarian, immediately this need to be ready in the backend. So you will share this particular screen. I hope it is visible to all of you because I'm sharing my main screen itself. Right. So let us say you're introducing the word of the day is ameliorate. Ameliorate. I have already prepared the animations. You are free to do anything that you wish to enhance this, by the way. But this is just to help you out. So ameliorate is the word of the day. And a few things which you can always use the search engines, AI tools to help enhance what this word is about, origination or not. I typically tell where this word is originated. So it's originated from the French word milieu, which means better. What is the meaning? The definition? It means to make something better, to improve, or more tolerable. Give some synonyms. Give an example of this word in a sentence. You can take one or two examples. It's up to you. Right? So this is just a flow. When you go to the next, I also give something which is the usage of this word cross. This is something which I take from the Google search. How has this word been used over the years? Right? Just a trend. It's a trend line. Not necessary to be used. It is not mandatory, but for more information. Now, the idiom of the day, you can see, is turn over a new leaf. And what does it mean? To start behaving in a better way, to make a fresh start or a positive change in character or habits, and as well give an example of this phrase or idiom of the day in a sentence. You can also encourage the members or the audience, maybe two or three of them, post introducing the word of the day and the idiom of the day, to use it in some sentence, just for the fun of it and for encouraging people to use this. Okay, so it's as simple as that. Once you have done this, you go back to the script and then you will say each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day and the idiom of the day. I will give my grammarian report when called upon during the meeting and report the usage of the word of the day and the idiom of the day. This is depending if it has been required or not. Okay. So I hope this is clear so far. Can I have a thumbs up from you all just to know if this is clear so far? So good. You can give me a virtual thumbs up. I can see on the screen. A few of you, if you can do that on the screen so I can see it. All right, good. I can see some thumbs ups are coming. Good. All right. So we have done two of that. Now we go to the template. Let me open the Excel file. And you all can open that in the background as well. So let me open the grammarian report template. These are ready for you to use. You just need to make few changes whenever you go to the meeting. In fact, prior to the meeting as well, I make a few changes so that minimal changes happen during the meeting. Let me share my screen. I'll just zoom in right now. So there are few tables which I have created here, which you need to record the count. First part is the word of the day. What I typically do is I look at the agenda first. I see who are the role players and I write the role players' names and keep them ready. There are few which you would have to add during the meeting, probably the table topic session. There are some speakers who are giving their impromptu speeches. You do not know who they are. So you can add them to this particular table. And those are few things which you might have to do during the meeting. But before the meeting, you can always keep the list ready as per the agenda. Who the role players are well known before the meeting. Just put the names over here. So you have a couple of tables which is already ready. One, the word of the day. How many times did the role players or the speakers say the word of the day? Number two, the idiom of the day. So I keep more or less the same list over here as well. All right. The second table. The third table, certain sentences or phrases which are either mentioned wrongly, right? And you mention what is the right sentence. Okay, so some have given wrong sentences. I've given some examples here, which we will look at it later. So this is my third table. The fourth table is pronunciation. If you have identified certain words that are wrongly pronounced, put those words over here and then you can put it in the report. I will explain that as well. Okay. So these are the four. And the last one is if you have any good usage, phrases or quotes that you have heard during the meeting, you can write them down here. Okay. So I hope so far so good. 5 major tables that you just need to update as and when the meeting is progressing. Okay. What you need to do, just for the sake of giving a demo here, I'm just putting some numbers randomly. All right. And we just want to see the outcome of it. So let's say I put some numbers just for, let's say, putting random numbers here. All right. So this is the word of the day. And likewise, let me put, right. And let's say some might not say, just keeping a few blank. Okay. Now, the one thing you need to look at is if there are other Toastmasters or guests, even you can put their name over here. You can even add it before you feel that there are more speakers, just keep adding them, insert. Okay. For now, let me just delete this. And what you need to do is before you get into the presentation, if there are any blank rows, meaning that there are no more you want to add down here the names, just delete it. You do not want empty spaces coming up in the report. And I'll show you how it is. Let me keep it now and then you will understand. Okay. So let's say you have done these two. As and when it is progressing the meeting, you have done it. I have noted down some sentences which are spoken by the speakers which need to be corrected. I have mentioned that as well. Right? By doing the yoga, we change to by performing. Free of the cost is we change to free of cost. Similar way, in a similar way. It depends on the sentence, right? And let's say pronunciation, it is not colonel, it's kernel. It's not salmon, salmon. It's not subtle, it is subtle. So few things, if you hear it out, put it. Some good usages during the meetings, note it down here. Okay. Now, what's the main thing is you keep your presentation. So the last file which I shared with you is the Grammarian report template. It's all ready here. You just need to keep it. So before time itself, you can put the word of the day, you can put the idiom. I have one slide which is spare, and then the grammarian report. So this particular slide, you put the word of the day usage. You go back to your Excel file, come down, you will see that there is a chart which is created. The word of the day usage. So who are the speakers and how many times have they used the word of the day? Now, if you see here, this is a blank space. And that is where it actually picks it from here. I would delete this prior to putting in the presentation because there are no other more speakers. So I'm closing it over there. And if you go to this, for some reason it picked up some more. Okay, let me just delete this. Okay, here you go. So it enlarges and it fits within the particular chart. Right. So the word of the day usage graphical report has come. If you go down, you have the idiom of the day usage has come up, and you can see one of them have not given, so there is no bar chart for that. Right. So these are the two. What you do is you can just pick this up, go to your presentation and paste it over there. You can either paste it using source or you can paste it as a picture. Either way, it's up to you. Whichever you feel comfortable, try it out, which is easier for you. If you do it as the second option over here, you can increase the fonts by just clicking on this. You can increase the fonts. If you click it as a picture, you can't increase the font or the size of the words here. But you need to just ensure that you drag it, enlarge it, so that it fits within the screen. Okay, it's as simple as that. Copy and paste it into the slide. So the word of the day usage is done. In fact, if you want to increase the size of this, you can take it and just increase it. In fact, you do not need this even because I have the word of the day mentioned out here. So I can even delete it. It's all up to how you want to present. Okay. Let's go to the second slide, which is the idiom usage. Same way, go to the Excel file, come down, copy the idiom usage, right click. Either you can do source formatting or you can put it as a picture. Since I used source formatting in my first option, let me put here it as a picture. So picture, I cannot change the size of the word, but you can drag it, expand it, keep it here. Simple as that. Now there is one more slide which I have kept, and this is just to probably take it to another level. You can always keep enhancing. As I started preparing this, I thought of counting the number of pronunciation errors that have happened. So I would say there are 3 pronunciation errors. If you have noticed some grammatical errors in the meeting, let's say there were 4 or 5 wrong sentences, there are around 5 of them over here. This is just to give analytics. So when you put these figures, there is another table down here. Tells you around 3 pronunciation errors, grammatical errors, wrong sentence. But keep in mind one important thing. You should see the count over here. Okay, I put 4, but I had 5 on the top. So that's why this kinds of chops at the top. What you need to do is just double click on this. And on the right hand side, you will get a table, let's say details. You can see something here called maximum. I had put it at 4. Change it to say 6. Or you can keep it even 10 if you want and keep it there always. Obviously, I don't see so much happening, but if at all, you fix it. It's all up to you. So now I see it fits well. I take this information, go to my slide. Let's say I put it as a picture now, just for the sake, expand it over here. So you already have now 3 slides ready to present. And the last but not least, the last slide that I have is your report, which you can copy this. So sentences that you have to say to the audience, what were those sentences that were wrong? So again, you can read it, but you could easily take it, paste it here, just increase the size so that people can see it. Copy the next pronunciation. If you'd like to take this, if you'd like to take it, you can take it. It's all depending on the space availability. You can paste it. Let's say I'm putting it over here. Give it a good look. And if you're doing the font size, just make sure everything is the same as well. Okay. And the last one is the good usage of vocabulary. Take that. And paste it over here. There you go. Now, it's all about the speed in which you're going to do this. Typically, you will be called by the general evaluator at the end after the prepared speeches, the table topics, and the evaluations. So once the evaluations are over, you should nearly be 95% ready to copy paste. Few things may not change. You can always keep it here, prepare it. Few tips. So it's the speed in which you are able to then present it on the screen. Now let me share with you the report. So if I'm called now by the general evaluator, I make it into a presentation mode. And here I go. I present to you the word of the day usage. I need not say each and every one of them over here. Give it few seconds, because if my name is there, I will go and see my name and see how many times I have said the word of the day. Each person can go and quickly, very easily able to grasp this. So it saves a lot of time when you're going to give a report. Within 1 minute, your report can be concise, precise, crisp, and accurate. And at the same time, you've done analytics in this. Right? So here you go, the word of the day usage by the members in the audience in our meeting. Going to the next slide, you see the idiom of the day usage by each and every one of you. In a glance, you're able to find it out. Then I have noticed a few pronunciation errors. There are a few grammatical errors and wrong sentences said by some of the members over here. So keep an eye on that. And last but not the least, this is my report on certain wrong sentences or phrases, good usage, vocabulary, pronunciation. I hope this was informative, useful. If so, can I have a thumbs up, virtual hand thumbs up, or on the screen if you're there? Just do very simple. Now, whether you want to change the color to it, change the color. You want to give each person different color, it's all up to you. You want to add further elements, from here on you expand. But it's all up to the timing, the preparation in the background. And by doing this, it simplifies your presentation, number one. Number two, you're learning from this. You're listening carefully to the sentences, pronunciation, phrases, good usage. You know the most commonly used words, whatever it is, you can definitely project it and present it in your meetings. So there you go, the cheat sheet for grammarian role. Okay. How am I doing on timer?
We are around 26 minutes in for the grammarian counterpart.
So I've got another 16 minutes.
Yes, 30 minutes, sorry.
Okay. All right. So do I have any questions? Okay, we have a question and answer
Total of
round after
40
this.
minutes, right?
Total 40 minutes. 26 is done. Okay. All right. Then let's go to the timer and then I'll leave the floor for any question and answer. Timer is going to be easy for those who have done it. I'm using the very basic templates. There are many who use videos and software tools. Some of you may not have that software tools. Maybe there are access restrictions, but I'm giving you very simple so that each and every one of you, whether you're using your laptop, desktop, iPads, or your mobiles as well, you should be able to use the simple templates. And if you want to go further, we will explore the video and the software tools later on in another session. We will do that as an advanced session later on. But for the simplicity of the use, let me now share with you in the chat box the timer virtual backgrounds. And for those who have already done it, I'm sure it would be easy. But before I finish, I would definitely ask those who have taken these roles from their perspective, if they do have any other techniques they can share. Let's have a knowledge sharing time in this particular session. So now coming to the timer, I will share on the chat. First is you will see the script of the timer role. So when you're called by the Toastmaster of the day or the MC to explain your role, that's your script. That's the first one that I have shared in the chat box. Now you will find the timer virtual background starting from the beginning. Then you have the minimum time, which is the green virtual background. You have the target time, which is the yellow virtual background. And last but not the least is the maximum time allotted for that speech, which is the red virtual background. Okay. So let me first take the script. We will go through that. I will share the screen in a while. Here we go. So this is the Toastmasters International Timer Script and Log. Again, as usual, greetings fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will time. You need to look at the agenda and see if what are the sections there. Do we have prepared speech section? Do we have table topics? And do we have evaluations? You need to see the agenda. Accordingly, you fine tune this. If that particular meeting, like for today, we do not have formal speeches or prepared speeches, we do not have evaluations today. So just be aware of the agenda, and accordingly you have to update this. So as timer, today's meeting, I would say I will time the table topic speakers. All right. And accordingly, you can, if there are prepared speeches, you will say this. If there are evaluation, you say it. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red virtual bars, which denotes specific times. Now, these few things below, you would need to probably take a printout or write it in a piece of paper. Speeches you need to know from the agenda itself. Speeches are typically 5 to 7 minutes of length, typically. But you need to be aware what is in the agenda, go as per that. There might be some advanced speeches, which could be 10 to 15 minutes. Some of them could be 18 to 22 minutes speech. So you would have to then connect with Vice President Education, Toastmaster Girija, for example. You connect with her and then ask her, in such case, when should I place the red, green, yellow, and red? For example, today I am giving a 40-minute education session. So she was very clear in the beginning. Green will be displayed at 30 minutes. At 35 minutes, it will be yellow. And 40 minutes will be the red virtual background. Right? So in such cases, connect with whoever has prepared the agenda to get to know when you have to display. I prefer these. You could write it down in a piece of paper, or by time you will get to know what is the time taken. For table topics, it's always 1 to 2 minutes. So at 1 minute, you will display the green virtual background. At 1.5 minutes or 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will display the yellow virtual background. And at 2 minutes, I will display or raise the red virtual background. This is a standard. For evaluations, it is always 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, you will place the green virtual background. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you will raise the yellow virtual background. And at 3 minutes, you will raise the red virtual. Right? So these two are fixed. The rest, you need to know if they are in the agenda or not. For example, the icebreaker speeches are 4 to 6 minutes. So 4, 5, 6. Okay. If you are going in person, take a printout of this. You can write the details in this table and you can present it when you're called upon. But now we're getting into the timer role in online session. Now I have these virtual backgrounds in a specific folder. So it's very important that now you need to have all these 4 as your virtual background. And I'm sure you know how to put these images into your virtual background. Right? If not, let me just quickly explain to you. In your Zoom window right now, on the bottom left-hand side, you will see the first option as audio. The second is video. Next to the video is an arrow pointing upwards. You just have to click that arrow. You'll find an option called as video and FX settings. Okay, I hope you are all along with me. When you click that, on the side, you will see the option of video and FX opening up. You will see yourself on the screen on the top. Below that, you will find 3 options. In fact, now there are four options, or maybe 5 options now. There's avatar and video filters. We will not get into those. We'll go into very simple. You can explore avatar and video effects later on. It's really fun to do that. But let's focus on the timers. So you have the first option called video, then appearance, then virtual backgrounds. Click on the virtual backgrounds. You'll find a lot of images coming down. But on the right hand side, there'll be a plus icon. Click the plus and you will find 2 options called as add image or add video. Click on add image because what we are doing right now, are still pictures. I can see Tosma Huzaifa already has got his timer on the screen. Timer has already got yellow indicating my time is nearly up there. Click on that plus sign and it will open a folder. You have to go and select all those 4 virtual time cards which I shared it in the chat. Save it in a folder and select all the 4. Keep it ready. And all that you need to do next time, if you're a timer, you have to go to the virtual background, select that particular image. Right? So I'm here. You can see timer. So when it becomes, that's what you keep it always on in the beginning. When the minimum time comes, keep that virtual background always there at the side. And then select the green, select the yellow, select the red. It will keep changing. Okay. Now, there's a technique. When you are a timer, typically people say you should not show yourself on the screen. Now, how do you hide yourself? If you have, in my laptop, I have a kind of a button. If I just move it, I'm out from the screen. So I can show these images very clearly. Okay, can I have all of you just put at least some of the virtual backgrounds to see if it's working for you? So I can see Bhaskar. Good. Oh, if you have started using something there. Okay. There's another way, if you want to hide yourself, what I tell people is if you have a mask, the normal mask that you have when you want to close yourself, just use this mask and cover it on that cap, on the sides. You can even use the normal mask that you're using and do it. It's very simple. Mask that you're using, use the 2 sides of it, put it on the laptop and cover the camera. Is another simple way of doing it. Okay. I will give one tip at the end later on. There is one more file which I will share in the chat. Normally, we use our mobile phones to record the time. But I will share you one software, which I'll share it on the chat box. Download it in the next session. When I come back, I'll tell you how to use that. I hope this was informative. We will have the R counter training session after the table topics, and then we'll open the floor at that time for question and answers. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. That was an interesting session. And today, I don't know, I was not able to change any of my background. Something has happened to the laptop. So I was just, today morning only I was training somebody and somehow it's not able to upload more or able to access more. So let me see if I have too many backgrounds and I have to delete them. Then maybe I'll be able to. Yes. So now we move on to the table topic session. And yes, Deepak is Now it is your session. You've got to do it. Yes, unmute yourself and start. Over to the table topic master, Dr. Deepak Deshpande, who's an electronic engineer by profession and HR head in career and a singer with passion. 24 hours, anytime, day or night, he would love to sing. Over to you.
What a privilege. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
You can. Okay, that's
Yes.
great. Okay. So, greetings everyone. Welcome to the super fun segment called Table Topics. It's a light, fast-paced session designed to get our creativity and spontaneity flowing. I must thank, I'm so inspired and delighted and surprised. Actually, not surprised. I knew President Renosh is such a wonderful speaker. And today's session, his session was absolutely brilliant. He was his own self, very spontaneous, very creative. In the way the task he had was to tell us how to explain us the features of using Zoom and ABCD and everything. I think it's not easy. I think he did brilliantly. So I think spontaneity and everything is seen in action. So this session is a follow through of the same thing. I invite non-Toastmasters and guests to volunteer and participate. I have with me 6 topics. Friends, at first, one of you will volunteer to speak. You choose any number from 1 to 8, and I will read out the topic against the number you choose. This is an opportunity for all those non-Toastmasters, guests, volunteers, and to participate who love to speak. They got an opportunity to express themselves. Even otherwise, just join the fun. Now, the goal is to respond on the spot and to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. 1 to 2 minutes is what you have to speak. You don't have to wonder about how you'll manage the timing. I request the timer, Toastmaster Tarangg, I see in there handsome guy, to demonstrate the screen change to indicate time. Thank you, Renosh, President Renosh, for making it so easy for us to understand. Time at TM Tarangg. Indicate green. That means 1 minute is done. And at 1 minute 30 seconds, you will see yellow. Wonderful. Oh, he's faster than us. And at 2 minutes, is red. Oh my goodness. Red for me. Thank you, Toastmaster Tarangg. You're fantastic. Speakers, you have seen it now all. When you see yellow, start winding up your speech and you can exceed 2 minutes by maximum 30 seconds to be eligible for voting. Do not forget. The topic today are based on President Renosh told us, he educated us about how to use the virtual meeting platforms. So the topic for today is education. And I myself have been so much educated. I am sure all of us have been. Thank you so much. I think an IT guy would not have done such a wonderful job. Rare to see somebody with an IT, with a communication skill that you have. Anyway, so we move on. Who will go first? Can I see some hands and come on. Yes, Ajay. Is that Ajay Bhaskar?
Yeah,
Ask-
that's right. Hi.
Hey, there you are. Oh, wow. Welcome. Thank you so much for volunteering to be number one. I wish I had this question. Today's questions are brilliant, friends. I think I don't know who are, of course, yeah, I got a lot of insight, but of course, end of the day, I choose what questions I'm going to ask. Okay, so this is, you get the best, one of the best questions. Ajay, what is something you learned outside the classroom? What is something that you learned outside a classroom that shaped your life more than anything you learned inside one? What is
Thank you.
something that you learned outside a classroom that shaped your life more than anything that you learned inside one? I hope I am clear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Table Topics Master. When you talk about the concept of learning, then you always think that everything that you learn happens inside a classroom. And that's what all of us have always been led to believe. And yes, you learn a lot of things inside the classroom. But when I reflect back on my own life and I think about all the things that I've learned, I think literally everything that I've learned only outside the classroom. Because inside the classroom, you might learn numbers, but outside the classroom, you learn how the numbers add up. Inside the classroom, you learn alphabets and words and sentences and grammar. But outside the classroom, you learn how to make effective use of those words to make an impact. Inside the classroom, you learn about history, about geography, and outside the classroom, you learn how, when the US invades Iran, it turns into a global catastrophe. So, my dear friends, there could be a lot of concepts that we learn in classrooms. The real life is where you put it to play. You analyze, you dissect, and you understand life as it moves around you. The more the time that you spend inside the classroom, the more you learn the fundamental concepts and framework that will help you and apply to the things that you see around you in the world. I've done that in my entire life. And even though I'll come to a Toastmasters meeting and today I've learned many things here, I'll go outside that and also, and I call Toastmasters also my classroom, I go outside and leverage it in the same way. I learned today a wonderful way to use a word of the day when you analyze over Google how many times it was used in the past, maybe a couple of decades. And that is such an interesting thing because when I look back upon what I could use in my life, I'm sure that I'll be able to apply it in some place or the other. So, my dear friends, spending time inside is great. Applying it outside is even phenomenal. Thank you. Back to the table topics, Master.
Fantastic, Ajay. I think I wish. Actually, you echoed everything I always believed. Thank you so much for reinforcing all those thoughts and making us more educated on the topic. Thank you. I'm looking for the next volunteer. Come on. Oh, I already see her. Hey, I saw some name, I think. Who's that?
Toastmaster
Risa.
Farisa.
Toastmaster Pereira. Thank you. Wow.
Risa, not Pereira.
Oh, I got that. Okay, I'm so sorry. Parisa, I'm so sorry. Toastmaster Parisa. If marks and grades disappear tomorrow, oh, not that. I think I must first ask you, what is the number you want to choose?
Yeah, I just
Please
my
continue
next
your
topic-
question. Please continue your question.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Please continue your question. And her video is not
Question
there,
number
but she will
1 to
talk.
8. You have to choose 1 to 8.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm
Please
sorry,
choose
there's
1
some
to
net
8.
connect.
I think she is facing some internet issues. Toastmaster Perisa, if you're having internet issues at your end, you can switch off your video, but at least we can hear you.
Okay, so am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes.
Yes.
Please choose anything between 2 to 8.
I would like, yeah, number 3.
Number 3. Okay, thank you. My apologies to Toastmaster Ajay. I think number 1. I think he did just spontaneously got question 1. I think that's all this. You said number 3. So, TM Parisa, what is one belief you were taught in childhood that you later had to unlearn? What is one belief you were taught in childhood that you later had to unlearn?
I think it was like I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and I always had this belief that, okay, I'll go to school, I'll get the highest marks, I'll go to the best college in the country, and then I'll be the richest person on earth. I'll work in McKinsey or I'll work in JP Morgan. But then, I read Robert Kiyosaki, and he said, if you truly want to get rich, you have to make money work for you. So I think our education system, when it comes to mental as well as financial knowledge, does not teach us enough. Episodes my favorite Netflix show has, but I'm not very familiar with what an index fund is, what the Nifty 50 is, or how badly Trump has made everything go, but even gold has fallen badly. So yeah, assets, I think financial knowledge, that is something that is very, even emotional intelligence. I think, we focus so much on making our kids engineers and doctors that we, lack emotional intelligence as well as the normalization of mental health. The stigma, I think, is very prominent even today. So as a college student, I think now that I'm in a space that allows me, but school, I still wanted to, be the best student, no bicycle story. But now I think my evaluation of the world is very different. And again, I think, like someone told me that the best business you can learn is on the street, or when you go out there and you actually put yourself out there. So that unlearning was just the fact that not everything that you rote learn is the truth. Sometimes you have to, figure it out and know that index funds are the best to invest in, and sometimes trading is not the best thing to do.
Sure. Wonderful. Thank you, Parisa, TM Parisa, for that wonderfully reinforcing. I do feel sometimes that my parents were the best teachers, and my teachers too were, and my friends. But when I look back and see that there's so much we have learned from the world and people and things around us. Thank you for reinforcing that. I think it's all around us, within, outside, everywhere. Anyway, so let's move on. May I request for the next volunteer, please? Number 1 and 3 are gone, friends. You are left with 2 and 3 till about 8 questions. Pick up any number. More volunteers. These are wonderful. Oh, I see a hand there. Thank you. Who is that coming in there?
Toastmaster Huzefa.
Oh, there you go. Wonderful. Oh, such a joy to see you. Thank you. So, dear, what is your question except 1 and 3?
You go with 2?
You go with 2. Okay. Okay. It's a hypothetical. If marks and grades disappear tomorrow, how would you measure? If marks and grades disappear tomorrow, how would you measure whether someone is truly educated? Want me to read again? If marks and grades disappear tomorrow, how would you measure whether someone is truly educated?
I think As we look at if you look in today's world, how hiring is done for any position, and then when we compare it with after a few years, if you've hired someone, you realize that the gates that we create in terms of hiring an individual in terms of a certain degree or a certain certificate or at least a certain level of graduation, while it helps, there are other criteria that are more important. One is, how is your interpersonal skills in any scenario, whether you're talking about a professional setup or you're talking about your business. How are you interacting with people around you? Your interpersonal skills, your networking, uh, your hard work, your diligence, and more importantly, at the end of the day, the output that you produce, right? Now, interestingly, if you're just focusing on marks and grades and certain certificates, none of these skills that I listed about, and interpersonal skills, networking, hard work, they're in true sense, there is no yardstick or there is no criteria in any university or any school to measure these things, right? What they are measuring is, depending on which courses you are doing, that to truly measuring how well you remember what is there, what is being taught to you, but not really the application. In my view, if you don't have marks, and if you are then looking at marks or grades, and then if you're just looking at how a person is really getting the knowledge, you will then start focusing on the key practical skills, and more importantly, the output that the person is delivering for the role they were hired for, probably a step further also in terms of influencing people around them. So that's the more practical way of looking at how someone is performing. With that, I hand it back to the contest chair. Thank you.
Wonderful. I think, and if I can sum up that, it's like, I will measure you not by your promises and your commitments, I'll measure you by your results that you deliver. Thank you so much, Toastmaster.
Only one more question.
One more question. Okay, I am the good. Okay, I know you guys are running late, so that's fine. So this is an opportunity for the next volunteer, non-Toastmaster, guest, and anybody to take up the last question. You have to choose one of the numbers from 4 to 8, please. Okay, 4 to 8, one volunteer. I wish we have some
Toastmaster
questions.
Siddharth,
Okay, some
would
noise
you like
there.
to go ahead?
Sure, I'd love to go ahead.
Okay, please. Oh, there you are, Siddharth. Thank you. So pick up one number from between 4 to 8, please.
I'll go with 6.
6. What is so special about 6?
I think inherently I tried to find the middle number. So you mentioned 4 to 8 and I landed on 6.
Is that your birthday, Molang, your destiny number? I don't know. Anyways, so here it comes. Who other than a teacher taught you the most valuable lesson in your life? Who other than a teacher taught you the most valuable lesson in your life, and it wasn't a teacher?
Okay, thank you, Table Topics Master. I feel in the journey of life, everyone is a teacher and we are a lifelong student. And in that spirit, I feel apart from my teacher, one person that I really look up to is my own mother. She has been my guru, my guide, my guiding light from a very young age itself, and I still look up to her for advice, especially in moments of despair, especially in moments of confusion. So, in fact, one of the biggest learnings that she has taught me is never to give up, to always give your best, and to give your best and not worry about what the outcome is going to be. This is in line with a learning from the Bhagavad Gita, which she is an ardent follower of, a reader of. I remember during my school days when I was preparing for joint entrance exam and I was facing a lot of failures in my exams. There was a moment where I had to break down and I had to tell my mother that I'm not able to go forward, I'm not able to make progress. And that is when she instilled this value in me, and I kept pushing forward. And eventually, I cracked the joint entrance exam. So I feel this is one of the biggest learnings that I still carry with me to my day. Never give up, no matter what, and keep pushing, and don't worry about what the outcome is going to be. Thank you. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Emotional card खेल दिया आपने which is wonderfully you touched our course, I think, and made us walk into a journey of life, I think. Amazing thoughts. Thank you so much, Sid, for that. Reconnect. We're always in this pace of life and phase of life. We have a tendency to. Anyways, so I'll give it there. So thank you so much. I see something coming on the screen. Table topics, best table topic speaker. Okay, may I request all of you to please. I must thank all the 4 speakers who have volunteered to speak, and each of them did wonderful value, right? So please vote for your best. You got Ajay,
Mamatha, you are
Teresa.
co-host, so you cannot probably vote.
Of course not. I will not. Thank you. What?
No, I'm not telling you. I'm telling Mamatha.
You're telling Mamatha. Okay, thank you.
Mamatha, because
got it,
she's,
Girija. Yeah.
yeah, I was looking, she was looking puzzled, so that's
Oh, wow. You got a challenge there, President Renosh.
No worries.
You got a face
Dr.
reader here.
Dr. Deepak, in the meantime, if you can call the timer to read the time report taken by each of the speakers,
Yes.
and then you
May I
can wind
request,
up and hand over the control.
yes, please. Thank you. May I request the timer to please confirm the timings so that the voting can happen, and then post which I would like to.
only 10 votes have come in. I request everybody to vote. I'm just
Okay, I believe the timer has some internet issues. He got logged off. That's fine. I think, Dr. Deepak, then you can hand over the control to the Toastmaster of the day.
May I request the Toastmaster of the day to please take over the charge. Thank you. It was fantastic. Thank you again for the opportunity.
It was a great table topic session. The topics as well as the responses were wonderful. Thank you very much. And now we move on to the counter. Yes. To understand the role of counter, how the fillers just fill up actually empty spaces and make our communication empty and meaningless. Over to you, President Renosh Thomas.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Day. Welcome back to the second session of the tag team training session. We had looked into the grammarian and timer role. Now we have the R counter role. I'm sure this will be much more easier if you have done and seen the grammarian role, how we presented. It is more or less similar to that, how we're going to do for the R counter. All right, I can see this. The result of the table topic session has been shared on the screen. We have Ajay, Toastmaster Ajay. Congratulations for being voted as the best table topic speaker.
Congratulations. Thank you.
All right. So let me first share my screen. I have shared, by the way, in the chat box, all the 3 required files. Download it right now, save it in your folder, and let's do it together. this counter session. It is very interesting. I love the counter because it has a lot of arithmetic calculations to it. And I see our counter sometimes a bit struggling because they will see the number of hours, they have to add it, they put the Roman style, or probably they read a very long report. I have, especially grammarian and our counter takes a lot of time if they have a lot to present. And if it's on in person, it's different. I understand there are different ways of doing it. Let me make it to you very simple. How you can save time yet effectively show it to the audience. Let me share you my screen and join with me as we get into the R counter role. So here you see on the screen is the R counter script from Toastmasters International. As usual, greetings to all the fellow Toastmasters. And here's where the purpose is read. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. So you're going to listen every sentence that a speaker is going to speak in the in the meeting. So I said in right now. The words now, so are quite often repeated. And your role is to identify that and help the members to minimize the use of these filler words. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you one of my experience here. In the first meeting that I attended in Toastmasters way back in 2019, this was one of the roles that I always used to get scared. But obviously, not because of the person, because the length and breadth in which he gives the information. So, very first meeting which I attended, I had, ladies and gentlemen, 20 hours and hours. All these repeat words and filler words. But I realized when the R counter informs this, and for me to realize this, it helped me later on to think cautiously before I say the sentence. I'm not perfect, but better version than what I was in 2019. If I can do it, you all can do it. And this role will help you. It is not to negatively point something, but to help you in your future speeches. Being aware of what your mistake is very important. So here we continue with the script. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and. Several times we say and in the wrong sentences as well. Again, there we go. Well, but, so, you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including These are all those words that we put in sentences when we get a stop in between and don't know what to continue. I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase such as I, this means, and so forth. Okay. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. If you are in in-person meeting, take a printout of this and you can use this. Having said that, you can see that they have already put those filler words or crutch words here. Now there's a last one which is called as other. It is not other. If there are certain filler words which you have listened during the meeting, which is commonly being used, strike this out and write that particular word. Or go with a blank piece of paper and make the table and write the words. Okay. This is for those who are going in person. Now, let me go to the Excel file. Here we go. As we did for the grammarian, you know the role players already as per the agenda. Put it here. Obviously, if you find new, for example, the table topic speakers of today, you can add them over here. For example, I had Toastmaster Ajay, for example, was here. I can add it. You can keep these filler words ready. I have some of the common ones like even now, the, so, also are being repeated. So I can put it here, keep it ready. If you want to add, you can just insert another column and put is, I don't know, let's say, for example, that is something which is commonly is, and you are putting in the wrong sentence. That's most commonly used. You can insert that column, add that particular filler word. Now, simple thing that you will do here is write the count. So as you're listening the speech, TTM Renosh used 2 times maybe let's say 3 times ah, 1 time I said now maybe 5 times. Now, kept on repeating that in an inappropriate or not required. It does not create any emphasis. Certain words of these are used in dialogues, that is fine. When the father is having a conversation with the mother or siblings, children and parents, if you're having such conversation with friends, sometimes you will use this as part of the speech, that is fine. But in your normal, like for example, but, yeah, I could just say using the wrong word, but quite often. Let's put very simple. I'm just giving an example here. I'm just taking some numbers just for the sake of filling this up. Right? There is nothing else just to look. The same thing that we did in Grammarian, if there is an empty row, delete it. So if you have put all the role players, if you have put all the speakers, their names, everything is done, then just delete that particular row. Now, what does this information give you? You will see that there is already a summation done. It tells me, Renosh, myself, I have used in totality 11 times filler words. So it gives you the total for each speaker at the end over here. That's number one. Number two, if you look at the bottom, this tells you the number of times that specific filler word was used. So was used 2 times. Let's take a. A was used 5 times in the meeting. Now was used 7 times in the meeting. This is an analysis. As an accounter, you can easily give a report at the end stating that the filler word that was most commonly used throughout this meeting was the word now. So it gives you the second most common filler words were a and ah. So let's encourage each one to be cautious to reduce this. It gives you analysis. Easily in one glance itself, you can get much information. Number one, but you do not need to do this, and I'll tell you how to do. If you have finished this, your report is ready. So this is your individual R counter report per person. There's a color coding here. Depending on the filler words, it tells you which filler word was used by each person. All that you need to do, and I have the PPT file ready. Here you go. The second slide, just as we did, copy this, paste it as source, or you want to paste it as a picture, it's up to you. I'm just going to paste it as a picture for now. For example, let's go to the next report. You go down, it tells you. So here you found each person, which filler word. So every filler word you had the color coding. Now, if you go down here, it tells you the total filler words per person. Copy this. Let's paste it as a picture for now. Okay, beautifying it, you can always do it later. And let's go to the third report. And here, the most used filler word. Copy this. You want to paste it as a picture. Let's paste a picture. And now let's present it on the screen. Here we go. So when you're called by the general evaluator to present your report, instead of going each one of them, you will have probably 15 to 16 you will have to say. And people are waiting for the names to come out and then note it down. Give few seconds when you present this on the screen. Obviously, do say that this is the R counter report per member or for the individual who had spoken today. And give them a few seconds to glance through this, understand. So I will know I have said 2 times, gray is three times, is 1 time, and I have now said 5 times. This is what I'm going to focus. As me, I see this. That's it. So each one just give this probably 10 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds for people to digest this, understand, grasp, and then you go to the next slide. And this is the total fillers that a person has spoken. Very easy. 5 seconds on the screen, you could easily identify where you stand, what you need to look at, what you need to improve. And then go to the last slide, which tells you the most commonly used filler words throughout the meeting. How effective this could be, rather than now saying this across, takes a lot of time. In under a minute, effective analysis on the screen. I think I'm done with the R counter. I just have one more thing, which is the timer. I have shared a zip file of a timer software. You would have seen, I shared it a few minutes back. I will quickly show it to you. You can, if you're not using your mobile phone's stopwatch or any other device, you can go to this particular file, which I shared it in the chat box, called timer version 2. Just copy it, go to your PC, save it. For example, over here, I'm just saving it under timer app folder. Save it over there. Whatever you see in that folder, save it. You will see an icon called as TM timer. Right click this. Okay. And you will find an option known as send to. Send to desktop. That means you need to create a shortcut to the desktop. Once you have done that, you just go to your desktop. Let me see, where is TM timer? There you go. You can see here, TM timer shortcut. You can click this, drag it onto your toolbar, and there you go. It will be here. You can either put it here or here. It's up to you. Next time when you are doing the display of virtual background, and if you want to time, very simple. Double click this, open the application, and you will see this coming on your screen. It will not be visible to the audience, but it's for you. This is a very simple tool, software tool created for timers. Now, if you look at this, there's something called a segment. Click on segment. You will find the time for specific speeches, 5 to 7 minute speech, icebreaker speech, evaluation speeches, table topics 1 to 2, or advanced speeches. All these times are set. Very easy. Now let me take, for example, table topics that we just did was 1 to 2 minutes. Click on that. You will see the green at 1 minute, yellow at 1.5 minutes, and red at 2 minutes. Simple. All that you need to do as a timer will then be start. The time goes. It's for you to record the time. It's easy for you here. Once it's done, you can stop. It gives you the result. In fact, you can put the name of the speaker. For example, if it is myself, just reset it, start. Okay, and I'm speaking. You will get the complete history over here. So when you as a timer, you have a single window. You can time it. You know the speaker name. You know the time taken. As easy as that. If you want to delete it, you can in fact even delete that particular record. Now let's say I'm stopping this. There's mine. Okay, I want to delete which is not used. Continue this. If you want to clear the list, you can clear it from here. All right, so that's one easy way of recording the time from the software. There's another thing which I will talk and then finish. Now let's say you have 10 to 15 minutes, but it is not available. What will you do? So in that case, you will create a new segment. For that, there is a link down here called segment. Click on the segment. Let us say, and then a pop-up will come. Let us say we call this as advanced speech 10 to 15 minutes. For now, you don't need to give a speaker name. That's fine. But what you need to note here is there's a green, yellow, and red. In this particular box, you need to mention the time in seconds, right? Not 10, 12, 15, for example. You should not be writing 10, 12, 15. These are in seconds. So qualifying time, let's say 10 minutes is 600 seconds. Okay. And let's say you want to have 12 minutes, you will take 720 seconds. And 15 minutes will be 9. Oh, did I make it wrong? Sorry. 15 minutes, 900. Yes. 900 seconds. Okay. And your qualifying time, let us say, to be qualified for voting, you need, let's say, if you say 10 minutes, you can put 10 minutes. If you want to say no, if you reach 9 minutes, you are qualified, for example, for voting. Then you can put 9 minutes, which would mean 540 seconds. Maximum time, for example, put another 60 seconds after or 30 seconds after this. So you can put 930 seconds. Okay. And click add. Okay, let me just see if it came over here. Hold on. I think I did not save it. Let me just add it once again. Quick. Let's say advanced speech 10 to 15. This was 600, 720, 900, 540, and let's say 930. Click on this button called Save button. Information has been saved success. Okay. Now come over here. You have here advanced speech 10 to 15. Click on that. You have your 10, 12, 15 minutes. Start your time. Go as per this and stop. Okay, this is a tool that you can use in case you don't want to use your mobile phone or online time or anything. You can use this particular. I leave the floor. I know we are a little bit behind, but if anyone has any questions, you can ask. We'll take probably 1 or 2 questions if you have. Otherwise, feel free to connect with me anytime. My contact number is in the chat box. Anyone who has any questions can raise your hands. And if you have any experience, for those who have done these roles, if you have something that you would like to share, your experience or another way to do it, feel free to do so. All right. Seeing none, I hope these files and tools will help you out. And probably in the future meetings, we can look at advanced sessions. If you do come up with something special as well, share it with us. There's also a video timer, which is very useful. It will show the time moving at the background itself without you doing anything. But those are later on, we can think about it. Right now, I want each and every one of you to make use of it. By doing so, you are learning as well for yourself. Time management, from a grammarian perspective, and our counter, listening the speeches, noting it down, enhancing your skill as well. While you are helping others to improve, you are also learning while doing this tag role. With that, thank you so much for this opportunity. I now hand over the control back to the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Girija.
Thank you for a wonderful session. The role that I always used to dread was the timer role, because I would just get lost in the speech and I'd forget that I have a time to look at. I have the clock to look at. But this would make my job so easy, having an automatic timer which will show the time. Once you set it, then you can focus on the speech. Otherwise, you're always looking at the clock. You can't focus on the speech. So this sets us free, I would say. Amazing. Thank you so much for these sessions. Especially, I'm very sure, we are set in our ways and we keep doing the same thing again and again. But it's very important to see the latest developments, how different people present it. And always I've been enamored by the very concise, crisp way in which you present the counter or the grammarian sessions. So thank you so much. I'm sure all of us are taking with us a lot of insights. But any skill, unless it is practice, it's of no use. So I request everybody to take up the roles, grammarian, our counter, timer role in our club as well as in other clubs. If you want opportunities, tell me. Go online clubs, go practice it. And that's how you become stronger and more confident. That is very important. So I would just like to share the certificates and then I will hand it over to you. Yes. Okay. Can people see this? No, it's not coming, is it? It's opening.
You would need to
It's
probably
time. Can you see it?
stop. No, we are seeing your folder now. You need to stop
Oh.
sharing this and then share that particular presentation now.
Are you able to see it now? No?
No, we are seeing your folder.
Oh, okay.
Just stop sharing and then share again. Yeah.
Okay. Now can you see?
Should be coming on screen. Yes, we can see.
Okay. Thank you very much for securing audience appreciation for presenting the best table topic speech to Ajay Hiraskar. Thank you very much. And of course, our token of appreciation. Okay. Token of appreciation, which is very simple, to our own President Renosh Thomas. Yes, for guiding us as a resource person on effective execution of the roles of a grammarian, our counter, and timer. Thanks a million. We don't have words to thank you for the enthusiasm, encouragement, and empathy with which you hold us on and take us ahead. Thank you so much. And now over to you, President.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Can we give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Girija Deshpande, our Toastmaster of the Day today, taking us through the entire meeting, the schedule, and I know we are a little bit behind time. I would love to hear from the audience, especially the guests coming in who are present here, after I adjourn the meeting, so that I do not want to disturb anyone because we have people coming in from different parts of the world. I would love to hear your feedback and how we can enhance our meetings as well. But before I conclude, the most important aspect in our day-to-day life is to look at ourselves. Look at ourselves in the mirror every day that you wake up, and look at how you yourself are growing every day, be it in your career, your personal traits, your skills, and see that whether you are a better version of yourself yesterday. Because end of the day, it's all in your mind. As we said, the mind controls the way forward. And let's help encourage each and every one of us to become better human beings, better communicators and leaders in a community. With that, I adjourn meeting number 102. We can stop the recording, and I would love the guests' feedback, members' feedback,